Another statistics request can be, for example, I want the featured products. Like how we see here in the home page of this website, we are seeing some featured products which are displayed always on the home page. So previously in products model, we had something or some field called isFeatured. isFeatured has a Boolean value like true or false. This means that this product should be displayed in the home page or not. Now let's make an API to get only the featured products. And to make it more complex, we can have a count. So for example, I can get 3 featured products, or last 3 featured products, or last 6 featured products. Let's do it now. So any GET request is like starting with router.get. So let's copy this one and build our featured API. So instead of getting count, we will say getting featured products, for example. So in Mongoose, we need to find the featured products only, not all products, only the featured one. So I say here products.find. And as you remember before, we had some filtration. We just talked about it, but we will see how to build a filters with the products. So anyway, so now this find, it's accepting like an object, and then you can define what fields are required to be the value. So for example, I say isFeatured must be a true. So all products which has isFeatured true, then I will get them. So here everything stay the same, instead only this object. So I say here just return for me the products. So I say here products. Now let's check that with Postman. I go here, I say get featured. So we send, and we got only one featured product because we have only one featured product in our API, or in our database. So if we check it here, so the first one is false, the second is also false, but the last one is featured. Okay, so now I don't want to fill my homepage with featured product. For example, I have like this page, for example, I have 200 featured products. So I want only, for example, 5 products. To do that, we can merge also some limitation to our API based on what user is sending. For example, I can add here, as we saw before, we can add any parameter. Like before we added ID, but here we can add count, for example. And then here I will get this count. Count is equal to request.params, because it's parameter, and count. So if there is request.count or request.params.count, if the user pass something, then get it. If not, then return 0. So this like if here. So if there is count passed with the API, then get it. If not, then return 0. So this count can be this value or this value. It's exactly like if statement. So how we will use this count? It's very simple. After I find what I want, only the featured product, I say limit count. So let's try that with Postman. We say get featured and then the count which I want, for example 3. Then I will send the request. We will notice that it's hanging, so there is error. Let's check what is the error. The error is saying here that unable field to parse find products isFeatured true. Projection limit 3 return key false. So why this is happening? Limit field must be numeric, but we have it numeric here. Because here this request.params.count is returning, as you see here, a string, and this is also will be a string. So we have here a string value, not a number, because limit is asking for a number. So to change it to easily to a number, just place a plus behind this string. So now, after we save and restart the server, ask for our API, we will get the featured product.